So where are you from?
Originally from Texas, but I'm in Tampa now.
Awesome. Now I notice you are wearing the greatest hat to ever exist.
Right.
What kind of reactions do you get when you wear that here in Tampa?
It used to be very triggered, but now everyone's pretty chill.
Yeah?
I get a whole bunch of fist pumps. Yeah, a whole bunch of high fives.
You ever get any like threats or anything like that, or any
Only
violence?
Only online. They won't say it to my face.
Yeah.
So.
Well, of course not. This guy's like 6'4". He's giant. Who would mess with him? This is what I call a real man.
White belt in jiu-jitsu, 3 stripes, no big deal.
Oh, yeah? There you go. All right, so Trump's coming back in 18 days.
I'm going to the inauguration.
You really go?
I'm going.
That's amazing. Are you going with the group or are you going by yourself?
Going by myself, but there's a lot of people online that I've met on TikTok. Never Woke, follow me, follow this dude. I know who you are.
Yeah, we're going to put his links down in the description as well as here on screen. Make sure you follow him.
And follow this dude. I know who this dude is. This dude's famous.
Hello. I'm trying to get there. All right, so you're going to be in D.C. for the inauguration.
Yes.
Are you nervous about anything happening? Or?
Yeah, now I am. I was excited, but now all of a sudden after what happened in New Orleans. What's up? Say what's up to the camera.
It's all good. You guys can.
He has 100,000 followers.
Now we're going to edit you guys out. Don't worry. No, it's all good. It's all good. We're not those kind of TikTokers that get triggered when someone walks in front of the camera. So how do you feel about being there at Inauguration Day? You nervous, excited?
After the New Orleans thing, after the whole Las Vegas with Trump Tower thing, it's in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, I'll be traveling. Obviously, I believe in the Second Amendment. I can't bring, I'm just going to trust the Secret Service around Trump. Yeah. So, long story short, hopefully they do their job, unlike they did in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's a little, that might be a little too much to ask. I mean, those guys really failed in Butler, PA.
Yeah, they did.
That was absolutely
crazy. That's actually the first time I put on a MAGA hat, to be brutally honest with you.
Really?
I voted for Donald Trump 3 times. So the first time I ever voted. Second time, I was tired of Black Lives Matter burning everything to the ground. I was just fatigued, and I turned off all social media, could care less about politics. And then all of a sudden, whenever they took a shot at the dude, he turned his head at the right time. I'm a Christian. I love God. But that was the biggest miracle I've seen ever. So I'm thinking clearly God's on this dude's side. Is he perfect? No, but no one's perfect in the Bible other than Jesus. So.
And honestly, I felt like once that happened, I was like, this guy has to win the election.
Yeah,
without question.
Yeah, it's like the greatest miracle I've seen on live television. And to dispute that, there's not a greater power protecting this dude is insane. It's insane.
Absolutely. So. Absolutely. Put this girl back down.
Yeah. What are you recording for?
My YouTube channel.
Your YouTube channel? Okay. So you're not really allowed to record stuff like that on property due to a lot of the stuff that we have around here.
Okay.
There is a way to do it. You do need to speak with the management of the
Here's what we're going to do, because I've actually dealt with you guys here before for the situation. I'd like you to call the police and have them settle this, because I can film here. This is called public access. What I can't do is film inside any of the restaurants if they don't want me to. But I'm in public access right now. I can film here. And if you want to have the police come in, I don't want to give you a hard time, but we can have the police come and settle that. But I'm going to just keep doing my video right now. Right, just because we're doing something unrelated to this. We're doing something about politics right now. We're having a one-on-one. Yeah, please do. I appreciate that. Yeah. I just don't want it to get into a thing with you guys when there's no point, because I know you're doing your job. Yeah. So what I was going to tell you was when Trump turned his head, he looked at the illegal immigration data. So my question for you is, do you want to see Trump do the largest mass deportation of illegal immigrants? Are you for that, against that? What's your view on that?
On a policy standpoint, of course.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way we're going to be safe in America.
Yeah.
Now you got to balance the whole, how we're going to do it in a humane way.
Correct.
And then I'm going to be there in DC during the inauguration. There's going to be, from what I was told, already people getting deported, but we need to secure the border first, right?
Yeah.
There's a good reason why I'm not in politics. I don't know all these specifics, but I voted for a guy who knows.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I'll say this.
I trust him. Long story short.
I'll say this. The Joe Biden-Kamala Harris administration has actually incentivized illegal immigration. And that's a problem. We need to de-incentivize illegals coming, but you're right. We got to do it a humane way. and we got to do it in a respectful way. Absolutely agree. And this is coming from an immigrant.
Or we could buy. Oh, you're an immigrant.
Yeah, I was born in Mexico, but I got here legally.
Legally.
Legal immigration.
So what do you think? Because this is.
I think that we should deport the illegals. I mean, we should start with the criminals first, right?
Yeah.
And then if we have a taxpayer who's had a job, law-abiding citizen, we could do it case by case. That's my honest opinion. But we shouldn't separate the families.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Joe Biden separated way more
Of course.
families than Trump ever did.
He did.
So, you know, if we're going to deport an illegal and they have a young kid, they have an opportunity to leave together.
Yeah.
Keep the families together, you know, and come in the right way. Reapply, come in the right way. And then we could expedite your reentry.
Or we could buy Greenland and just have a win-win and send them all to Greenland.
Yeah.
Stay in America.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so I got something funny to tell you. There's a First Amendment auditor. Do you know what that is, First Amendment
No,
audits?
I don't.
They exercise the First Amendment right to film in public peacefully. And so they'll go to areas and they'll just film. And then guys like this will, you know, obviously give them a hard time and say, you can't film here. They actually got into an argument with Allied Security. It went
Really?
viral with these same exact company.
Wow.
Yeah. It was the same situation.
So what was the end result?
The end result was the police came and told them that they can't tell someone to stop filming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a constitution.
Exactly. And they don't understand that this is public access.
Yeah.
So the First Amendment protects me doing exactly what I'm doing here.
What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the
Are we
comments.
going to get arrested or we're going to keep filming?
Yeah. You guys went viral like 3 months ago for the same situation, Allied Universal. I know, I have freedom of speech. You can't tell me to be quiet. What does this guy think he's doing, shushing me? This is such weird behavior. You know, this was okay when Kamala Harris was president, but this is Trump's country now. You guys have no say over the First Amendment.
That's right.
You have no say. Yeah, the rules don't trump the First Amendment. They don't trump the First Amendment. That's why these guys don't know what they're talking about. I mean, they're doing their job, but they're wrong. And the police will come and just tell them they're wrong and whatever. This is not the first rodeo. I've been doing this for 4 years now. When I started doing this, I used to back down because I was like nervous that I'd get arrested.
That's how I feel like shit in my
But
bed.
at the worst case, the police are going to come and they're going to be wrong too.
Yeah.
And then I have a civil rights.
I think the big thing is like, are we following the law? Are we doing something illegal?
No.
Exactly. Like,
This is why America is supposed to be the greatest country in the world. The right to peacefully assemble,
exactly.
the freedom of press, and we weren't even bothering anybody.
No.
We were having a
Everyone
one-on-one
seemed pretty chill.
consensual conversation.
Yeah.
And by the way, you don't need consent to film in public unless there's expectation of privacy. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Which means like you can't film in a locker room, a bathroom, and you also can't film from an unnatural angle. So like up a skirt or something, like putting a camera on your shoe and film.
Yeah.
Those are illegal. But filming in public, whatever the eye can see, totally protected free speech. God bless America.
God bless America.
That's
God bless
right.
Trump.
And God bless Trump. Let me ask you another question while I got you out here.
Good.
Why do you support Donald Trump?
It's better than Kamala Harris. You know, I think Democrats and Republicans have been tricked to believing that we don't have anything in common. So what the media does, specifically mainstream media, not TikTok and podcasts, which we're all of a sudden kind of migrating to and starting to realize, you know, I have a lot of similarities with Democrats. I have a lot of friends that are liberal, and they know I'm a radical Republican. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, what are my top 5 things? 5, 6, or 7. Okay, the economy, protection of America, you know, the list could go on. I'm extremely pro-life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm extremely Second Amendment.
I appreciate that.
I'm extremely First Amendment. You know,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, there's a lot of Democrats, specifically Kamala Harris, who one of the main reasons I was like losing sleep, it was like she was talking about censoring X.
Yeah.
Like, it's disinformation. I was really not into politics until she started saying that, and I'm like, dude.
You know, 99% of censorship on X is done to conservatives.
Yeah.
99%
Of course it is.
You know?
I started TikTok, got 90,000 in 3 months, and then all of a sudden shadow ban. No one sees my post until I like sarcastically act like I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
And then my posts that get like 300 views, you know, go from 300 to 3,000 whenever the algorithm thinks I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic. I'm like joking about, you know, me believing in some sort of radical view that everyone knows because, you know, I'm acting like a Democrat. But all of a sudden the algorithm doesn't.
Right.
The AI doesn't. So it
Yeah.
pumps out my information
Sometimes you
because
got
it
to play
thinks
those
I'm a
games.
liberal.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
play those games with the algorithm. It's crazy.
I think I broke through it eventually.
So you are you're a pro-life man.
100%.
Now-
I don't like killing people.
When do you believe life begins?
Statistically, from a science standpoint, 6 weeks.
So 5, 6
I
weeks?
think it might be sooner than that. So
So I personally believe life begins at conception.
that's why I think.
That's my belief.
But I don't have any facts. I'm a big
Yeah.
facts guy.
I
you know?
understand that. And I think that abortion at any point in a pregnancy is murder. So even if it's
100%.
a zygote, even if it's a single cell, if you end that life, it's still a human life. It's still human
Yeah.
DNA.
100%.
And as someone who was not aborted and was adopted instead, I'm a big fan of adoption and not abortion.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I want to adopt.
Yeah? Where do you want to adopt from?
I don't know. Praying into it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's awesome.
Have my own kids first and then adopt. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely, man. My parents couldn't get pregnant, so they adopted me.
Wow.
And then my mom got pregnant.
Wow.
And we believe, I mean, the underlying science is the stress goes away, the hormones might change, and then all of a sudden she was able to get pregnant.
Yeah.
So I have a brother, but he's not adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like me and you, white guy and a Mexican guy, being siblings.
That's awesome.
Yeah. By the way, you notice the police aren't here yet? You know why? Because it's not an emergency.
They're not coming.
They actually,
They might come.
the last
They're
time they
bored.
called the police, they didn't show up.
Oh, really?
I waited 20 minutes for them because
Yeah.
I'm not going to run away and hide.
Yeah.
But I waited
We'll
20
be here.
minutes and then the police didn't come.
We'll be here. Let's talk tariffs. You want to talk tariffs?
Yeah, let's go
You like-
tariffs.
I love tariffs.
Yeah.
I love all the details about tariffs. And
You
if
don't-
tariffs were a bad thing, why did Joe Biden implement tariffs and keep the tariffs that Donald Trump implemented in his first term? And then why did the economy stay stable when Donald Trump implemented tariffs his first term?
Exactly.
If it's so bad.
Exactly. and let me say this. Donald Trump said one of the most beautiful words in the English language is the word tariff.
100%.
To me, the most beautiful word in the dictionary is tariff.
It is a nice word. the
Because
way it
it's
flows
leverage.
off. Yeah.
Whenever like Pierre Poilievre or Poilievre or whatever it is, the conservative leader in Canada says 80% of their economy depends on us, meaning America, that means we have leverage over Canada.
Yeah.
So when Donald Trump just posts about 25% tariffs, there's a reason Justin Trudeau, the leader of Canada, is making phone calls within 2 hours, within 2 days, wanting to meet with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's all leverage.
It's negotiation.
And then the tariffs go away if you do whatever the tariffs are intended, because
Correct.
everything from China, John Deere, Mexico, all of those have a different agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And Canada's figured it out. If we just figure out a way to secure this border, which obviously they're doing, they're putting $1 billion into border security, the tariffs go away.
All right, guys. So it's been about 15 minutes. Our video that we've been filming is already 15 minutes, so that's how I know it's at 15 minutes. And the police still aren't here because
They
I
ain't
don't
coming.
I don't think they're going to come. I really
ain't
don't.
coming.
They didn't come last time they were called here. But like the weirdest part about this is the guys are like just still standing behind us. Like why? Why are they there? I don't know. I have no idea.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Maybe they'll see this, maybe they won't. But I know Allied Universal gets in trouble for this all the time. They really need to understand what the First Amendment is.
Yeah,
And I'm telling you guys, now that Trump's back, this stuff should stop.
exactly.
This stuff should be definitely going away. What are your thoughts about biological men playing in women's sports?
So my background is football. I've been at Miami, coached at Miami, Baylor, NFL development. I've even been as low as high school and junior college.
That's awesome.
And I haven't seen, obviously, like the transition in football, but I will say it's a ripple effect. I've seen a whole bunch of high school kids, junior college kids, D3 kids that are political. Either there's a big donor that gives to the school or it's the coach's son. It creates a ripple effect. So take I think it's San Angelo State or San Jose State, the girl playing volleyball. Okay, a lot of people will argue, well, she wasn't she, whatever, wasn't a good player. It doesn't matter. She stole a scholarship from someone who should have been there. Right?
Yeah.
So it created a ripple effect. And it's crazy to me how like the party of like women's rights are okay with like opportunities and rights of real biological women being stolen from them. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
So it's common sense. I'm not educated. I didn't go political science degree. You know, as mentioned, the past several years I've been off of social media, you know, don't look at anything. It's like Joe Biden for the next 4 years. I'm just going to go to sleep and wake up from this nightmare
Like him.
in 2024.
Go to sleep for 4 years.
So, but at the end of the day, if you really want to be educated, just go back to your common sense. Like, what does common sense say in this moment?
Yeah.
Should men be in girls' restrooms
Right.
just because they feel like a boy?
How you doing?
Good.
What's going on?
Nothing. We're just doing a conversation.
Okay.
He's a TikToker. I'm a TikToker. And we both decided to meet here and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they have asked you and requested that you leave.
Yeah, but this is public access. This
Yeah,
private
but
property starts on the facade of the building, and we have a First Amendment right to be here and peacefully
No.
assemble and film.
Well, so you are, unless somebody asks you to leave.
If I were inside doing something disorderly.
No.
This is not disorderly conduct. This is peaceful exercise of my First Amendment right.
Midtown, the area.
It's owned by a private company.
Right.
Yes, but this is public access, meaning members of the public are allowed to walk through here.
Correct.
We don't have to actually go into any of the stores here. Now, if I went in the store and started filming,
Okay.
they would have a right to tell me
Okay.
he's not allowed to be in here. But I cannot be trespassed from sidewalk.
You can.
That's the problem here.
You can.
If I was being disorderly or doing something illegal, which I am not doing.
If they ask you to leave,
Yeah, but if
then why do this?
because it's not a legal command, they have no authority over me on the First Amendment right. They don't trump, their policies don't trump constitutional right, the law. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that you know the law better than we do probably. And you know you took an oath to defend the Constitution. That's what this is about, is I'm allowed to be here filming with my friend, having a conversation. We're not talking to passersby here. We're not talking to other customers. We agreed to meet here, me and him as a friend, and have a conversation. Now, if you look at all these restaurants here, which I'm not going into today, people are filming their meals and their food.
Okay.
They have no issue with that.
Have those people been asked to leave?
No, but there's
Then that's why there's not an issue.
right, but there's no issue with this either. This is a conversation,
There is an issue
a
with this
peaceful,
because
quiet.
you're asked to leave.
Right, but it has to be a reason
So
why.
we've established that it's okay to film if you haven't been asked to leave, and that's not an issue.
Yeah, but you can't be
Nope,
asleep from
stop,
public property.
Stop.
You can't be
Stop
asleep
the
public
talking
property.
to try to get around everything, okay? Not doing that. You have established that there is a way to film and not be asked to leave, and that's not an issue.
Yeah, this is
right?
public
Stop,
access.
Stop. We have established that when you are filming and are asked to leave, that is an issue, correct?
Not when it's public property.
No, stop. We've already established. You can't
Why are
go
they
back on
behaving
it
like
now.
tyrants? This is
We
crazy.
can't go back on it now.
This
We've
is crazy.
established that. So you are filming, correct? You were asked to leave.
Yes, I'm
so now
filming.
you've caused an issue.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about the people who are filming their food and not being asked to leave inside of Ben & Jerry's or whatever restaurant. That's not what we're referring to. You trying to bring that into this conversation is misleading to all your little viewers out there and not relevant to the situation at hand. Does that make sense?
No, because I'm a public property.
Okay.
So none of this applies. If you look at the maps, this is public property. Can you show me proof that it's not public property? That I'm not allowed to walk here? Is this not open to the public? Am I mistaken? So guys, at the end of the video, I actually went to the Hillsborough County GIS website to research if what I was standing on was public or private property. And you will be surprised at what the answer is. So stay tuned to the end of the video to find out what I determined. Who's right? The security and the police? Or your boy Adam Francisco? Stay tuned to find out. Stop. Now they're looking for anything now. You see what they do? This is what they do. They start looking for anything they could find now.
Found it.
Hey, buddy. I found it.
I didn't know. Is that actually a copy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
it's a good spot.
I'll have to try it.
He was telling me, I'm like, I don't know.
He was
How you doing?
He was helping me find the place. I was like, you know where this
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I don't know why they're congregating, because they know I'm probably right. Yeah, I'm curious how this ends up.
We'll see in a second.
Yeah. Like a lot of times they'll push
Yeah.
and thinking they can just eventually walk
Yep.
away.
And then they,
But as long as you know your rights and stand your ground, eventually they're like, all right. That's crazy, all because of a camera. How many people are there?
is it streaming?
No, I'm talking about
Oh.
3 cops, 3 security guards. So six
Great content.
3 cops, 3 security guards here, all because I have a camera. All because we've been quietly having a peaceful conversation. That's crazy. What a waste of resources. Like, they could be focused on actual crimes right now, like legit criminals.
Exactly. Right.
And instead, they're here because a guy is talking to another guy. I just want to see what they say.
So I'm with Adam.
What up?
What up? This dude's famous here. And we're having a normal conversation. We were asked to leave. And now multiple cops are showing up asking us to leave because of what? My hat? Or the things we're talking about?
Yeah,
We're
that's
just talking in general. Maybe it's First Amendment. Maybe we shouldn't obey the First Amendment. What are your thoughts? This is good. What are your thoughts?
yeah. This is the First Amendment. This is what the First Amendment's for: is the ability to peacefully film, record in public. And they're trying to tell us that we're not allowed to do that. That just because we're asked to leave, we have to leave. No, I have to be doing something wrong to be trespassing. We're not doing anything wrong. We're having a peaceful conversation. These Kamala Harris voters are crazy. So guys, we're just sticking around waiting to see where this goes. I don't know why they have a powwow. If I was doing something wrong, they would have told me to leave by now. They never told me to leave, the police. They just told me that I was told to leave by the security. This is like their last 18 days of being able to do this stuff until Trump comes back and ends this nonsense. That's crazy.
It's actually pretty cool.
I wasn't even thinking that this would be an issue because, like, normally they'll have an issue if I'm like harassing people.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes the Democrats will complain, even if I'm not harassing them. Once they know I'm a Trump supporter, they'll report me for harassment.
Yeah.
Right? This was not that. We agreed to meet here.
Yeah.
Like we would keep it to ourselves.
That's exactly.
We didn't bother a single
Cool
person.
background, or at least it was.
Right. That's why I like to come here. You would think that they'd like the marketing. Like, it's free press for the area. I just want to know if I'm in the wrong. I don't think I am. There's always a little bit of drama when you're a Trump supporter.
Never woke. Don't call me Ray. That's not my real name. It's Never Woke.
Never woke. Yeah. Me and Never Woke here. Adam Francisco never woke. And you know what's crazy? I'm one of the biggest defenders of the police.
Yeah, me too.
And yet they don't want to defend my right to free speech.
Insane.
I'm always on X defending the police.
Yeah.
Because you got all these Democrats saying that, ACAB, how all the police are evil. And I'm like, that's not true. The vast majority of interactions, the police are here to help us.
Yeah.
And they do help us. Well, that's crazy. I still can't believe this. Minding your own business, filming a conversation, 6 police, 3 police, 3 securities.
I just wanted to do some research just to make sure before
Yeah.
I told you guys the wrong thing. Yeah, this entire thing is private property. Sure, it's public access. You can publicly walk through it. There's no gate. It's private property. So if they want you to leave, you have to leave all of Midtown. I don't care if you're here, there. You guys have to leave.
I'm pretty sure that's not true.
I don't care. So that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
So if you refuse to leave, I'm going to arrest both of you and your dog's going to be animal control.
Well, you'd have to
or
trespass
you
us
leave.
first, and then if we don't leave.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, but
Sure.
we're going to take off now.
Okay, have a good day.
And I'm going to,
Yeah.
we're leaving right now because we support the police.
Okay.
I'm not going to try, respect their word. I'm going to respect your word. See you on YouTube, brother. Come on, guys. Yo, they just threatened to arrest us for free speech. You guys see that? They just threatened to arrest us for free speech. That's nuts. That is nuts. Yo, this world has gone crazy. I just feel like they're losing their power with Trump coming back, and now they're all just getting desperate. That is nuts. Unbelievable. This country has gone to shit. It's so sad. It's so sad. All right, so after the incident, I came home and I found the Hillsborough GIS website, and I kind of figured out how to use it. And what I basically did is I looked at the legend and I was able to determine which roads are private and which roads are public. And here is the answer. I'm still not sure. So we're looking at the map right now, and as you can see, this is a bird's eye view of Midtown Tampa, which is where we were. You see the purple buildings. That is the address of where I was standing. Specifically, I was standing right in front of the upper left purple building. Now here is a zoomed in view, and this is why I am totally confused. Some of the streets that go through the mall are private and some are public. And the street that we are debating is not listed here. That's why it's confusing. So you'll see here Midtown Drive is owned privately and the maintenance is done privately. So if I was standing on Midtown Drive, then the police as well as security would have been in the right, because that's clearly a privately owned street. However, if I was standing on West Nassau Street or North Clearview Avenue, both streets intersect through Midtown, the shopping mall. Those streets are owned by the city of Tampa, and the maintenance is done by the city of Tampa. So if I was standing on West Nassau or North Clearview, then I'm on public property. But if I'm standing on Midtown, then I'm on private property. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly where I was standing. So we were standing on that little X on the lower left portion of the screen, which is a pedestrian walkway which curves directly into West Nassau Street, which is owned by the city. The problem here is that this little pedestrian area is not listed on this government map. So it is quite unclear whether this is considered an extension of West Nassau Street, if it's considered private property, public property. It is completely unmarked and unlabeled on the government map. So I am still in the dark. I really do think that this is a 50-50, whether I'm right or they're right. And I'm just disappointed that I don't have a firm answer. So I'm going to try to talk to the city of Tampa and figure out exactly what this pedestrian walkway is. Is it Nassau Street? Is it a continuation of Nassau Street? Or is it an entirely different street? Anyway, I'm obviously disappointed that I don't have an answer for you guys. I don't have an answer for myself. But if any of you can do the research and maybe you could find something that I missed, let me know. I really want to know if I was in the right or wrong. And look, if I'm wrong here, totally cool. I'll release a follow-up video apologizing that I was in the wrong and make it very clear that my understanding of where public and private ended and began was off in this case. But looking at this map, I could see an argument being made that that pedestrian walkway is West Nassau Street continued, which is owned by the government. I don't know. And I really don't like not knowing what's going on here. So if you could look, do your research. If you're an expert, please drop a comment. Let me know what's going on. And thanks again for watching. As always, God bless Trump.